Well, hello Veda Army. I hope all is well with you. Now, it has been brought to my attention that a certain individual has a very difficult time understanding the consequences of their own actions. And unfortunately for her, the internet has a long memory and very sharp teeth. Tonight's case file is soaked in embarrassment, rage, public humiliation, and the kind of self-destruction that unfolds when somebody loses control of both their image and their mouth simultaneously. Gather closely, Veda Army, because tonight we will be discussing none other than At Control, Salone. But you will all come to know her as Salone Moon. Now usually when somebody ends up posted on the Guilford County Mugshots page, there's a small window of opportunity left for them to salvage what little dignity remains. A smart person would disappear quietly, reflect, stay offline, let the attention die. But Salone Moon is clearly not the smartest fucking hen in the coop, because instead of laying low after publicly embarrassing herself before thousands of people online, she chose to stumble directly into the comment section like a lit match falling into a gasoline puddle. Angry, defensive, foaming at the mouth for attention. And what happened next was one of the most catastrophic public crashouts I've witnessed in a long time. According to screenshots circulating online, Salone appeared on the Mugshot page after making yet another disastrous life decision that landed her directly in front of the court of public opinion. Naturally, people began laughing, mocking her appearance, clowning the situation, turning her booking photo into tonight's source of entertainment. But somewhere in those comments was a young gay man replying to somebody else entirely. He wasn't initially attacking her. He wasn't threatening her. He was simply existing in the comment section while the internet did what it always does. And then Salone snapped. Out of nowhere, she reportedly lashed out and screamed, "Stop what? Faggot. You was a bitch in high school." Oh, Salone. See, moments like this reveal who people truly are underneath the mask. Because when pressure hit her throat, when humiliation wrapped its fingers around her ego, the very first thing she reached for was hate, a slur, an attack, something ugly enough to drag somebody else down into the pit with her. But Veda Army, she forgot one very important thing. When you attack people publicly, they can attack back. And attack back they did. The young man immediately returned fire, reportedly calling her a grade A classless whore on the corner in high school, before sarcastically asking if anybody needed a pimp. And honestly, the entire interaction exploded from there, like a cursed ritual gone wrong. Because suddenly screenshots started spreading. People started reposting the exchange. More commenters flooded in. And instead of escaping the humiliation, Salone fed it. Like a moth flying directly into a bonfire. She allegedly began threatening people throughout the comments section, arguing with strangers, spiraling at anybody who laughed, anybody who reposted her words, anybody who dared remind her that she was the one sitting on a mugshot page while throwing slurs into the void. It was ugly. And then came the final nail in the coffin. The young man later created an entirely separate post exposing the interaction alongside Salone's mugshot for the world to see. And the caption, "Cold-blooded. Make better decisions in life and you won't have to worry about people laughing at you." And then he twisted the knife deeper by pointing out the insanity of someone hurling homophobic insults while simultaneously looking in his words. Like a coked-up bozo the clown in their booking photo. Now personally, I almost dropped my phone reading that. Because once the internet smells blood in the water, it becomes a feeding frenzy. The reactions poured in. The comments multiplied. The ridicule spread like wildfire through dry grass. And the more Salone fought back, the worse it became. Every threat she allegedly made only added fuel to the fire. Every insult became another screenshot. Every emotional outburst became another reason for people to laugh harder, And that is the true horror of public self-destruction. Watching somebody bury themselves while believing they're defending themselves. See, people like Salone think intimidation makes them look powerful, but in reality, rage without control just looks fucking pathetic. Especially when your life is already publicly unraveling in front of every damn body. Nobody forced her to say those things. Nobody forced her to spiral publicly. Nobody forced her to become the villain in her own story. She chose that path willingly, and now, her Bozo the Clown-ass mugshot is no longer the most embarrassing part of this situation. It's the hatred, the threats, the desperate screaming into comment sections while strangers watch, like spectators at an execution. So let tonight's case file serve as a warning. Humiliation can either humble a bitch or expose the monster hiding underneath them. And unfortunately for Salone Moon, the mask slipped completely. Welcome to V3DA's Hall of Shame. Your case file has officially been sealed into the archives forever, bitch.